Hello, my name is Alexander Ermenkov, and today is day 6 of Ruling Reality Basics. So, today we are going to learn more about your inner world. Actually, this is from where everything in your reality happens, and basically, if you want to understand why your inner world is actually the most important asset and the most important thing that you have, it is possible to understand if you understand how reality works. I know that more of the people think that actually their outer body is the most important thing, because if you are not healthy, if you cannot move through life in a healthy and energetic way, then you are saying that okay, it is the most important thing for me, my outer body. But I am telling you that also, and even more important, is actually your inner world, everything from which you are constructed in the unseen, invisible you. This is very important for you to understand it, to learn how it works, and to learn how to rule it. So basically, when I'm speaking about the inner world of a person from which everything is generated and then it is manifested, or it is influencing, or it is giving meaning to the outer world or the material world, this is something that you need to really learn and understand. And basically, more of the people are actually underestimating the power that they already have from within. So every human being have the same inner being, the same inner assets, but you need to learn how to use them in order to achieve everything that you want in life. So let's see the outer body. We know that the outer body needs to go to a fitness if it wants to be with good muscles, to be in good shapes, to be in perfect forms according to what we think that perfect forms are. But anyhow, if you want to have a strong outer body, you are training. So the other thing that is important is you to learn a lot about your inner self, who you really are without your outer body, and then you need to understand how can you train your inner strength, to learn how to have this inner strength, and then how to interact with what you already have from within your inner world, and how the outer world is following the inner world, how all life is generated from within. All life happens from the invisible to the visible, from the world of unseen to the world of the seen. Because what is the seen? The seen is what we actually, through our five senses, can understand, can calculate, can measure, and so on and so on. So your inner world consists of a lot of things that you know from the inside that you have, but more of the people have never trained to use them. They even didn't know that there is such a possibility, that actually they are the ones that can control, and they are the ones that can actually manage everything that is in their invisible self. More of the people are just going through life trying to understand who they really are. They are willing to understand their inner self. They want to learn more about themselves. But this is only an explorational and observational process. But even if you go deep inside of yourself and you understand so much about yourself, it is not enough. It is still only a place where you are going, but it's most important to understand why you are created the way you are created and what actually are the things that you already have doing and what is the purpose of everything that you already have as an assets. So usually more of us know about the inner world, and we know that if we don't speak about our five senses, then what we already have with us. So first of the things that we mostly know about is our thoughts. We are thinking daily. We don't know how exactly are generated, why exactly these thoughts. There are a lot of theories. You can read a lot of books. You can go so deep into understanding everything about thoughts, how their energy, how everything is energy, how thoughts are so important. You can learn and go into learning so much, but the most unanswered question is why thoughts exist and how I use them and what is the practical application of ruling your own reality and ruling your daily life with the thoughts that you already have. Which are the thoughts that I have now? How can I change them? What other set of thoughts that I can have and I can start thinking on? So basically there are different options. Some people think that they need to fight against their thoughts and that their best self is when they're without thoughts. Yes, this is a possibility that is helping you to understand that you are not your thoughts. But if you learn why you have these exact thoughts, why and how you can change the stream of thoughts that you can experience from within, if you learn how to manage the thought flows that are coming into your brain, if you understand how your inner verbalization through thoughts is going on, why it is going on, how to direct it in the areas where you are interested in, and to learn how to interact with your thoughts and to learn how to change, how to influence, and to learn that you are not your thoughts. You are just thinking, your mind is just going through these thoughts, but you are not your thoughts. So basically, when we speak about this, we can make a whole subject only about thoughts. But now I'm just willing to mark all the different things and to tell you that they are important about the way how you live your life. Because if I'm speaking with you about your outer body, I can speak about the biceps, what and how important is this muscle, then how important is the triceps, then how important are the big muscles in the body, then how important are the small muscles in the body. So there is so much information. You can go so deep in every area of learning and understanding, but it is very important to learn the big picture and to answer for yourself all the questions that almost nobody is willing to give you answer to. Why do we have our thoughts? How to manage my thoughts? How to receive new thought flows? How to condition my mind? Do I need to be afraid? Do I need to cast away and to move away? How do I get out of these thoughts? They're coming to me all the time. How? What shall I do? There are so many people that are going into worries. There are other people that they think that if they go into a meditational state, then they're without their thoughts, so they're ruling them. No, I have personally created a new practical way for understanding my thoughts. Everything that is coming into your mind daily, it is connected to the most probable things in your reality. You are never going to receive thoughts that are not in line with your personal, physical, specific body and life. If you think that my thoughts are coming into your data stream where you are living in another country and you are in a totally different condition, you can never receive my thought streams. You have your own specific thought streams, and if you think about it, 90% of the thoughts that are coming into your thought stream, so to say, with which your mind is daily practicing, they are specific for you. Of course, we are sharing our thoughts with our people that are around us, with our so-called bubbles. You know, now it's very modern. When we go into Facebook, into different groups, we share common thoughts. Then we feel very safe because all of us experience and have the same thought processes, and we think that this is everything. But if you go into the other group where they have different thought processes, different mind conditioning, then you start feel awkward in the beginning, then little by peer pressure and by soaking into the environment, these thoughts are a little by little started to be accepted by you, and then you go into a new bubble. So how to learn to be in some bubbles, but also to learn how to make critical thinking, to understand that thoughts are not ideal, to understand that your thought process in the moment is nothing so unusual. Nobody of us, not me, not you, have catched the truth. You are not the owner of the truth. I'm not the owner of the truth. I cannot tell you that my subjective thought process is the only process that exists on this planet, or your thought process is the best thought process, because reality is the feedback of our thoughts. And if you are not able to express a reality that is beautiful, that is perfect, and is in line with your thoughts, and your thoughts and your reality are almost the same thing, then you can have your thought processes as much as you want, but they're just a small portion of everything that exists. And if you know a lot of people, I think now different than the way I thought 1 year ago. I'm 100% sure that my thoughts and my thought processes will be very different after 1 or 2 years. Of course, the basic of how I have felt inside of me, how I'm making critical observation about my thought processes, and how I extract the exact long-term processes and information that I know that long-term is going to help me and to be of benefit for me and the others. Only these patterns and these thought processes I am using long-term, and the small boxes from which I'm coming in and going out, coming in and going out, it's only small bubbles where I can go explore this thought world, but then I need to learn that this is not everything, and I need to learn how to come out of these thoughts, that I'm not holding to my thoughts, I'm not owner of my thoughts, I'm only a mind that is using these thoughts, that is working with these thoughts, that is putting them into directions that I want them to be used. So actually, I love a lot to work with thought processes and to go into states where I'm allowing my thoughts just to flow, just to experience how they can go forward, how more I can go into this rabbit hole or into this box and to see more thing and to see more thing. But also I have learned how to withdraw, how to go out of this thought process and say, yeah, okay, I just explore a little bit of them, but this is just a small portion of everything that my inner being is. So you need to learn long term how to dive deep inside of you, but also to learn that the best positioning of yourself as a personality is neither to be deeply into your inner world, neither to be deeply into the material and outer world only. The best position for a person where he feels the balance, where he feels the forces of the two worlds, the inner world and the outer world, is to be mostly positioned in the border zone between the two worlds, to be able to deeply dive into the material world, into understanding everything there, why it's working, to be productive, to be efficient, to be the best possible version of you and benefit to society in the material world, and also to learn the deepest whys and the purpose of life, and to explore your inner being, and to be able to observe your deepest thoughts and your deepest desires and your deeper griefs and everything, also to do and to go into there, but never to identify that you are only this or you're only that, or I'm just in this bubble of thoughts, or I'm just in the other bubble of thoughts. In every thought processes there are positives and there are a lot of negatives. And why the inner world is also created in this way, I cannot 100% explain, but when I see that it is created and made in a specific way, the only thing I can learn is how to use and manage these thought processes. So a lot of things can be said about thought processes, but the only thing you need to remember is that you don't need to be afraid, don't need to judge and to say, well, I'm so stupid, my thoughts are so simple, my thoughts are so bland. No, just learn how to use them. Just learn how to go into another thought processes, how to shift from one way of thinking into another way of thinking. So all these are skills, all these are muscles that you need to train daily. So basically this is very small portion about the thoughts. Then the other thing is the emotions which are connected to the thoughts, which are also the feelings, how we feel them in our body. But thoughts and emotions are very much connected, because this is also a connection between the brain and the heart that is helping there. And you can never have only thoughts without also experiencing the feeling behind the thoughts. And also visualization is the other thing that is very important. Why we are dreaming in pictures, why you and I can close my eyes and still see, still construct into my mind images and different things, and I can dream, I can imagine different wonderful worlds, and I can see myself into different positionings, and then this is helping me to come into a new state where new thoughts are coming, where new way of thinking is coming. And basically, once we start to experience our inner world of thoughts, emotions, visualizations, ideas, strings of thoughts, glimpses of how reality works, and then we need to understand that everything is very deep, that the inner world is constructed in such a way that you need to learn how to deconstruct and also how to construct back into forms and material shape everything that you can think about, because now if I start dreaming, I can be in America, I can be at a very nice beach, I can feel there the water, I can start to practice visualization, and I can do it in whatever way I want to do it. But I need to learn that this is just a way of interacting with my inner being, and this is just a way and a tool that can help me then for the real reality. If I live only in a dreamland and then in reality I live in a totally reluctant way, I don't like my reality but I love my dream world, then we are going into a state where we are not in coherence, where our inner world is 100% different from our outer world. And then we are actually not going into a state where we are fruitful, where we are of benefit for the others, where we are of benefit for ourselves, because we have not created the only meaningful and the only real flows that we as human beings need to create. And this is the flow of generating our own outer reality by finding out the real flows from within and going out into the reality, the experiences which we want to be created in such a way that we go more and more into harmony and balance, in alignment between our inner world and our outer world. So you need to have this long-term purpose. As more as you grow into a beautifulness in your inner world, to see also this into your outer reality, to see there this beautifulness, to see there these feelings, to see there in the material world everything that you experience in the inner world. I know a lot of you think that this is impossible, but I am sure, because I am doing this daily, and this is the meaning of reality, how to learn to generate flows which are daily influencing and changing your outer reality. So that is why it's very important to learn how to work with your own inner world. So the other thing is your potential and your possibilities and your probabilities, and basically how to work with certainty. Certainty is all the things that are most probable for you. You're 100% sure that of course this will happen tomorrow. I'm mostly sure that this is what I can expect because this is how everything is done in the moment, and so on and so on. But you need to learn long term how to shift your inner world, and then to expect and to see how this is coming little by little in your outer world, because the two worlds are working together all the time. You can never separate them, at least while we are here on this earth. While we are in this body, the two worlds will be existing all the time. And I know there are a lot of thought processes and a lot of bubbles about why we are here on this earth, just to experience, just to gather awareness, just to be here, just to go through life, just to learn something, just to know more about ourselves. And I am telling you, all of these are just a small part of why we are here. But for me, the important thing is to learn what a being I am and what actually I am here to do. And of course, we don't understand it so well, but more of us are here in order to leave something in the material world, and also to take something away with us where we are living this material world. And a lot of you know that when we leave this material world, we cannot take anything material. So during all your life, you need to think daily, what are your actual treasures? What are you actually gathering during your daily reality? Why are you willing to become a better version of yourself? And so on and so on. So these are your possibilities and potential that you need to work with daily when you are experiencing and working with your inner world. And also mindset and conditioning are very important in order to learn how to work with your mind, how to work with your inner heart, so to say, and the feeling center and the feeling processes, how to put the two of them in line, and then also through the guts, how to put the energy to work for you in the reality. I understand that more of the things that I'm explaining look like very conceptual, look like that they're very formless, look like that there is no concrete answers to anything, but I just want you to feel this, that basically you are like two beings. You feel yourself like everything is possible for you, like you are a limitless inside of you, and then when you open your eyes, you see everywhere around you restrictions, and then you need to learn how to generate flows of limitlessness to the outer concrete world, and how to change things and how to create lasting reality change that is going to shift, to change your way of living, and long term to create and to become impactful for everything around you. So basically what we can learn today on day 6 is that your inner world actually matters, and you need to learn how to train all the aspects of it. Thank you and bye bye.